Are we
I can hear clicking.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What up?
Hi, everyone.
It's hump day. It's nooner. Many of you are heading into a 4-day weekend of overeating regret, Black Friday sales at Amazon. You won't be killing each other for a flat screen at Best Buy, or you still might. I don't know.
I
they still do
already
that.
shopped.
Yeah,
so,
there you go.
All week.
Real football. Yeah, and arguing with your family members. And there's going to be a lot of Republican uncles fucking doing a touchdown dance around the family. They're going to be a lot
What the heck does that mean?
A lot of the You have football in Canada? Little end zone celebration.
Oh, I mean, I'm not like sports.
You're
smart.
not like
it's my
a
worst mark
human
in
who
school.
didn't live under a rock.
I was actually
Most of
born
your
3
life.
years ago.
Yeah, you were just created in a lab.
Actually, girl, you're not on camera.
What was that?
Are you in your PJs? What are you doing?
Oh my God.
My room is a complete mess right now, so I am not going to go on camera and show how crazy it is in here.
So you're like the dude. My wife was watching some Hallmark shit last night where a woman puts a scarf on a perfectly chiseled snowman who turns into a perfectly chiseled man.
Right?
Right?
Oh wow, it's that easy, eh?
So it's like I fucked Frosty the Snowman, basically the movie.
Oh,
and yeah,
oh,
it was
true.
It was so cringe. Oh God.
But that's like Hallmark for you. This is like female fantasies. We can just make our own boyfriends. It's fine.
Yeah. He was like dumb, didn't have any clothes. And there's a part where he turns from the snowman into the dude and he has to bend up and all he has covering him is a scarf. And you could tell that they like fucking glued the scarf to his balls because it stays there so unnaturally. I was cracking up. Oh my God. This is a real movie. The girl in it was the daughter from Lost in Space, the 2000 Lost in Space.
Now I have a question.
No, wait. There's a trivia question with that early 2000s Lost in Space. What movie? It's 90s. Sorry, 90s. What movie did it dethrone for number one?
Oh, I don't know.
What movie did it dethrone for number one? The movie was number one forever at the box office.
Well, Titanic.
Dude, you got it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, go on.
Okay, my question. So did the man from Frosty, because I'm assuming it was white snow, was it a white man?
Yes, it was a white man. It was a white dude.
Okay.
So it's an old movie. Yes.
It's an old had a good soundtrack, the Lost in Space movie from the 90s.
Yeah.
I said 2090s, whatever. It's all meshing together. Welcome to the show. Hi, Chris Gore. How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's the holidays. I'll get maybe some time off. We're live streaming like you, no days off, just doing it. So our normal time. And I'm just seeing so many movies. I don't know if I can say it. I should take my own advice and not say it. I saw the first 3 episodes of Skeleton.
My God. Yeah, I even took it out of the title.
Yeah, I know. Well, it shouldn't be in the title. That way there's no evidence.
All right.
But I've seen the first.
Because they won't notice.
Uh-huh.
No,
you have.
I've seen it and it's fine. I'll tell you this. Here's a prediction. This is a weird one. So it's just a kid's show. Inoffensive, 10-year-olds. The money is on the screen. I mean, it looks heads and tails above Acolyte. I mean, way bigger than Acolyte. Like just in terms of looks of money spent, right? I predict this will be the biggest Star Wars show on Disney Plus because it's for kids, it's for children. And the biggest shows, when you look at the biggest ratings on Disney Plus, it's like Bluey is the biggest.
Yeah.
It's not, so it's all these shows for children are huge. So it could be the biggest thing there. And I'll talk about it in more detail like next week on the show, because I've seen the first 3. But I think it'll be huge. Now it's inoffensive, no lore breaking, nothing that's gonna like piss people. It's a lot of it is dumb, but it's again, think of the target market, right?
So what was the age range for the target market, would you say?
I would say it's single digit aged. It's probably up to 11,
Okay.
0 to 11.
Like we suspected. Yes.
Yeah. And it's not, there's maybe one thing, but I'll talk about it next week.
Yeah.
In episode 3, typical episode 3. Yeah. I told you. Anyway, so yeah.
It's so like roll your eyes at this point. It's
it's like
of course.
So but I was
so easy to ignore, Bill. You're right. In the Bill in chat says so easy to ignore. Absolutely have every intention of ignoring it completely.
Right. It won't piss people off. It's just like, it's for kids. I remember watching Caravan of Courage and Ewok Adventure because it was on TV and it was Star Wars.
I remember that too.
And they were fine. No,
when it came out in the late 80s, I was already that was 87 it came out. 86, 87, 85,
I have the laser discs.
87.
Yeah.
I was a teenager by then. I was like, it's just no. I watched it, but I was like, nah.
It's on that level.
But at the time, I'm like, this is how Star Wars ends.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's there's so many nitpicks that I'll get into with Alan. But
get into them. What's up, Alan Ing?
I love him.
Speaking of Alan Ing, hi, X-Ray Girl.
Hi. I had a question from yesterday, and I'm like, I would so love to do this one day, but they're like, is American Thanksgiving different from Canadian? I'm like, I don't know. The only thing I know that we definitely do not do, that any of the people I know,
is be free.
Sorry.
Go to Taylor Swift contests or Taylor Swift concerts while your country burns. Is that something you're doing?
No, I meant a fried turkey, but sure, we'll go with me.
You don't do fried turkey? You don't do fried turkey?
I've never had fried turkey, but I liked watching the videos of people frying turkeys and exploding their homes
and blowing up their freaking homes. Yeah,
those are hilarious.
Okay, fried turkeys are awesome to have like once, but
it's not that great. Is what I'm hearing.
Well, there's a certain age where fried shit just isn't that great anymore.
Oh,
it's just not.
I'll take a fried chicken any day. Honestly, I love fried chicken.
All right.
All right.
Anyways,
fried turkey. Oh, we do. We my brother-in-law is like, do you want to stuff the turkey with hot dogs? And I'm like, that sounds kind of good. I kind of want to do that. Yes, we do weird shit here. So we have a few things to talk about as people are rolling into the holidays. This is kind of casual. The reason we're starting early is I'm going on Piers I have to hard out at 11:45 Central. So I'm going on Piers Morgan. That's why we started early, and that's why it was last minute, and I'm going to cough.
Yeah.
Sorry. I got a cough button. I remember to hit it once in a while.
Too much freedom.
Too much freedom. But I hope everybody's getting ready for the holidays. I hope you already have your turkey. Ours is thawing. Whether it'll be thawed in time or not is questionable at that point, considering it is 20 degrees outside, which is warm for Wisconsin this time of year. Yes, I definitely want to talk about that clip from yesterday because I have questions for Chris. I have lots of questions for Chris because, like, really looking at that, it's like, what is wrong? What is going on in Hollywood that makes women act like they just got out of Harvey Weinstein's office? Like, it was bizarre behavior. And yes, of course, chat, I'm thinking the same thing as you. The only explanation, drugs.
I just think that my experience with a lot of actors that I've met is they are hollow vessels, and it's like, I will be whatever you want me to be. And I think in the case of those women, perhaps they feel, look, this movie made them millionaires. I'm sure Ariana Grande was already a millionaire before this, but
Yeah.
But maybe they're genuinely like pinching themselves at the success. It's been, widely well received from critics and audiences. Maybe they're genuinely emotional about it, but these are the talent of these actors is they can cry on a dime.
Yeah, it's so phony. It's so just
I take them at face value, like emotionally unhinged. Did you ever see that SNL like fake commercial where it was like 48-hour energy drink for dating an actress, and it's like it was just like she's crazy and unhinged, and the guy's drinking this stuff. So
no, I've
you
never
ever
seen
see that?
No,
Don't play anything from SNL because
I can't. We
I
got
know.
some other clips to play. There was a meme going around last night that might be the greatest meme of the year. Like just absolutely number one. And we're also going to talk about billionaires using the word retarded because it happened. And I'm sure it's happened before. And we need to normalize it because it's funny as hell. It's funny as hell. And it means the world is healing. It means the world is healing. So there's that. Also, I saw an interesting article just pop up before I went live, which is, hey, the streaming services, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, HBO, they have this crazy plan, Chris, this insane plan. Do you want to hear this insane plan? They are going to pivot to be profitable. That's right. You heard me right, folks. They're going to pivot to be profitable. It's unheard of. I've never heard anything like this before. It's so fucking bad, dude. Squid Game has released a trailer, and I'd like to talk to you, continue a conversation from yesterday on Real BBC. The problem Netflix has with getting past the season one. It looks like Gladiator is going to start fading. It's doing well. It's doing okay. It's reflecting the 5 out of 10 that it is, to be honest with you. It's reflecting that. Did you get a phone call, Chris? Are you okay there, buddy? You're muted. You're still muted.
Still muted.
I'm trying to find that video for you. I think I found it. Sorry about that. I am listening to.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So there's that. I mean, we already talked about Captain America 4 yesterday. But people are just getting ready for the holidays. I got a video coming out this afternoon too. So keep an eye out for that. We'll see how far I can get into the J.K. Rowling subject here on YouTube. We'll see how much better YouTube has gotten. I'm pretty fucking tame in this video, but we'll see. We will see. Chris is still muted. Chat. I just don't believe you. I know we're supposed to believe all
muted.
chat.
I'm not muted. I'm listening.
I know we're supposed to believe all chat,
I'm trying to
but
contribute to the show.
By the way, keep telling Jeremy he's muted on his mic. That is hilarious.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're going against G&G Daily.
Yeah, we didn't mean to do that. Usually we start at 11, but I had to start today.
Okay, you can go back and forth. So when they're reading super chats, just stay here. And when they talk topics, you can go back to them.
There we go. All right, so bring up that Wicked clip. We'll watch it again. It's unbelievable. I'm sure everybody's seen it, but maybe a couple people haven't.
I'm more concerned about the nails.
You know what? Just put it. You know what? Okay.
The nails concern me.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. X-Ray Girl, your pretty good joke got buried in our babbling yesterday.
Yeah, I'm offended that you didn't listen to the woman.
Okay, so you had one major concern about her nails. What was that major concern?
So if you look at her nails, they're like, I don't know, 3-4 inches long. How does she wipe her butt?
Seriously.
Inquiring minds want to know.
I think she has her assistant do it.
Oh.
I mean, can you remove those nails? Do they just pop off?
No, that's not
so
how
you're
like,
then you're holding it like this, and then you have to like stand on one hand and maybe I don't know how the hell you do that.
I know there's I don't want to get graphic here, but I'll do it.
Okay.
there's a medical device for people who are morbidly obese that looks like a toilet brush, and it's to wipe your butt when you can't reach or get in there.
Oh, it's like this.
Yeah.
That's gonna get
Like
close.
It's a tool,
like a plunger for your butthole.
like a plunger or a toilet cleaner, but that's what
There's
you
a bidet.
use
Probably does have a bidet
when you're morbidly obese or have
Ah.
nails that are colossal.
Well, okay, you don't have a bidet everywhere though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe she just holds it all in.
Well, she
That's
doesn't look
why-
like. Let's be real. They ain't pooping. Neither of these two are pooping. They're puking. Yeah.
And if they do poop, they're like pellets, like rabbits.
They're like rabbits, and it's like once a month.
really concentrated pebbles just plink in the toilet. That's it. Plink.
It's like once a month.
I mean, I can't imagine poop coming out of Ariana Grande. I mean, she's so tiny. It's like it would be very, very small.
And Cynthia is smaller than she is.
Yeah, they're tiny
Like
women.
Ariana Grande is taller than her. And then she's got
so
this
small.
David Byrne suit on, which is the thing in Hollywood. I don't get this oversized fucking suit thing. It looks stupid as fuck. And I know it's like fashion and everything. And I'm like, but like it's stupid.
I'm okay with the clothes. All that's fine. I don't like the nose ring. It's
Oh my god,
not-
the nose ring is too much for me.
It's maybe there was a time that was kind of a trend thing. I think it looks ugly. I don't
When it's
like
that big, yes. When it's that big and it looks like it should be on a bull.
Well, that's the thing. I always think of a bull when I see that. And I mean, I don't think they're using it like
earrings. I get it's like fine, accessorize, but yeah, I'm thinking no. I'm sure Mrs. Nerdrotic would have a lot of opinions about this. She's a fashionista.
Oh, she probably likes the clothes, to be honest with you. I'm gonna be real with you.
I-
She probably
that's
likes the
the-
clothes.
I don't mind.
And but I think the oversized suit is just dumb looking.
Yeah.
And I just think of stop making sense.
Right.
Remember the Martin Scorsese? Remember that? Martin Scorsese filmed and directed a concert for the Talking Heads, and they used to.
No, it was Jonathan Demme,
Oh,
actually.
Jonathan Demme, sorry.
Yeah, that's
Jonathan
right.
Demme, my
Corey's.
bad.
Yeah.
Jonathan Demme.
It
I
was
got
good.
my
I
director.
loved it. I saw it in the theater and
It was very good. Yeah.
I loved it.
All right. Are we ready?
What concert
Yes.
did Martin Scorsese direct? God damn it, I confused it with
Another
something.
one, The Boys in the Band.
Yeah.
That was
The
name of the movie.
Thank you. Okay. So let's hit play.
I'm a person and I feel and I have feelings and I can share them.
And if you need to cry,
Okay. I'm going to give you the link.
Give me the link. Yeah. Jesus.
I was gonna say I could do it, but
No, I can actually
gotta-
do it today. I'm a person.
No, why are you not? You're not on camera because you're not wearing clothes.
No, she's.
Oh, yeah. I'm just
her-
naked here under
Her
my clothes.
room's a mess. Okay.
You have to change your thing, X-ray girl, to naked X-ray girl right now.
No.
Naked
good
under my
God.
clothes.
Yeah, you have to do it. Do it for the chat, please.
Chat already knows. It's fine.
I'm a person and I feel and I have feelings and I can share them.
and if you need
Just like her role, like in the movie, she always goes,
Uh-huh.
It's like they haven't gotten out of character.
to cry right now, you cry.
And someone said to me once that the green was the thing that I would love the most about Alphabet, that I would want to stay green. But actually, being green, yes, I loved playing this character. But every time I took the makeup off, I loved who I was even more.
What is she saying?
It would take so much energy to be around this person. I think they're very.
They would
It's like,
energy vampire. They
Right.
exist. The people who just like everything is so narcissistic. Everything is so based and centered around them. You have to walk on eggshells all the time. They flip on a dime. Yeah. Oh God, and Hollywood's filled with them.
yeah.
It's so vapid, dude.
And I don't like those statements where it's like, I'm human. Okay, yeah, not surprised there. You have feelings, not surprised there. So why do we need to say it? I don't know.
Is there some past trauma here, or is she trying to say that I'm okay with how I look under the
Yeah.
She's a successful actress who's made a lot of money now and in a hit film. And it's okay to feel like, okay, I did it. I made it. I get that part. But it really is coming off like it's I broke through this racist system and it's like, fuck. Hollywood's a horrible system, and it's supposed to be. There's checks and balances there to make sure your talent and your drive and your work ethic is good enough. At least that's how it used to be. At least how it's used to be. It's not perfect. Some very horrible things happen to women without a doubt there. But for the most part, it's about being good, but not just being good, not just being talented. You also have to be consistent. You also have to have a work ethic. You also have to bust your ass. You have to pay your dues, and that's how the best of the best rose to the top. So but honestly, I have no idea what she's saying. She's talking really softly like this. So
I think that there are actors that they are professional. They take their lunchbox, they go their lunch pail, they check into work. They are professional, know their lines, know their marks. They get it done. When they're done, they go home. That's people like Harrison Ford or whatever. And then there are people that are so consumed they don't know what to do when they're not making the movie, because they become the character, because they're kind of an empty vessel themselves. So they have no personality. I've met people like this. It's kind of scary. They're teetering on the edge of an emotional breakdown all the time. And I think that's probably who these two are. It was such they made 2 movies back to back that were intense. And I imagine, having seen the film now twice, it's big, it's spectacular. There's a lot of moving parts. I can see how they got really into it. I think Ariana Grande did an amazing job. She was hilarious. I know X-Ray Girl agrees.
Absolutely. She's like made for the role.
Oh, yeah. I did not like the film. I don't like this type of film. But I can certainly recognize this is now easily, and I mean easily, a Best Picture frontrunner. Oh, and Best Director. Ariana Grande is probably going to get nominated for Best Actress. It's gonna be nominated for a lot of Oscars because there was nothing else, absolutely nothing else. So as far as like the balance, and this is the way it should be, the balance of fan appreciation, critics, box office, I think that should always be considered for Best Picture, and it wasn't before. If that's the case, like Spider-Man 2 should have been at the very least nominated for Best Picture because it had at the time massive critic support, fan support, and it made the most money. That should automatically trigger Best Picture, right? Yep. And it doesn't. And then we get like somebody put up a list of best directors. I didn't recognize 3 of the damn movies, and Denis Villeneuve like has to be like, he has to be nominated. He has to be. If they snub him, that's horrible, because like Dune 2 isn't the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it certainly was one of the best directed films of the year. They're probably going to give it best director to what's his face for Civil War too, which I hope not, because I thought that sucked. But Alex Garland. But what's going on here is pure mental illness. We understand there's a certain amount of neurotic behavior in Hollywood. That's part of being an artist. I get it. But this is just fucking out there weird. And this press tour has been bizarre. Where the Barbie press tour, quite frankly, was better than the movie for me. But this one's just been like a Fellini movie. It's fucking weird. And it's cool for the internet, but it makes you think about David Chappelle. Remember David Chappelle about 20 years ago? Was it 20 years ago? When he left and he came back and he did one of his earliest interviews after he turned down the $50 million from Comedy Central. And he's talking to somebody. He's like, Hollywood, maybe it's not the people. maybe it's the system. Maybe there's something wrong with the Hollywood system. People need to look into that. And he's right.
Yeah, I just think
Dave
that
Chappelle, my bad.
okay,
Yeah.
but you've
I'm
met
rolling here in the morning, man. Dave Chappelle.
you've met Gary. You and I have both met very creative people. It does teeter on it's like teeters on the border of madness. And a couple people I will name off the top of my head that that really stand out. I met Harlan Ellison, went to his house. That's a whole story. I'll tell you one day. It was crazy. He would call me after every issue of Film Threat came out in the 90s and yell at me and say, and then he would end up going, okay, good job, kid. I'll talk to you later. And he'd hang up the phone on me, literally hang up the phone. It was crazy. He also wanted a free sub to Film Threat, which of course I gave him. I met John Chris Valusi, who created Ren and Stimpy. So I've met creative people in my day that are like, they're borderline crazy.
Well, yeah.
This doesn't surprise me. That's why I roll my eyes and go, yeah, they are crazy. But how does she wipe her butt? Inquiring minds want to know.
Inquiring minds want to know. And the thing is, it's fine to be crazy, but if you're like David Lynch and you just lean into the craziness, who's not really that crazy, by the way. David Lynch plays a little crazy, but actually kind of behind the scenes, super fucking genius dude. But it's okay to play into that crazy and be crazy as long as you're not, I don't know, running out there and telling people what to do, right? Just be crazy, be part of your art. I'm fine with that. But holy shit. This is why, we'll talk about it because there's a solution to this. There is.
So I've come away like feeling really beautiful.
You fucking are.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I mean, God.
You
absolutely.
know?
Yeah. What you've brought to this film and to these characters, you've not just
So there's tons of insecurity there.
taken care of them, you have
Look,
transformed them.
If I cured cancer, I would be this emotional.
You know what? Me too.
For good.
Hashtag me too.
Thank you.
Really.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is also my first time ever doing a
You
junket.
have been the
amazing.
light
You're
of the
amazing.
day.
God.
You are
Really.
such a gift.
You brought such light into the room. Thank you very much.
We
for
appreciate
coming
you.
into this room
Thank
today.
you.
We needed to come in.
See, that is some phony ass. This is what you were talking about. Like
Wow.
they'll be able to cry on a dime, phony ass shit. Ah,
I used to, when I was at G4, I did a ton of junkets. I think the
Junkets-
reason is I never cared about time. So I would get up at 4 a.m. to go to a junket or to get on a flight, and they would throw me in there.
I know a lot of shills are going to get upset, but studios, if you're listening, and I know every studio head is watching Chris right now. David Zaslav,
Sure they
Bob Iger. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Hail. They're part of the fellowship. You want to save a bunch of money? End all junkets tomorrow. And all of them, and have your actors go on a podcast or something. The junkets, go look at the channels that do junkets. Go look at how many views they get.
I was just going to say,
Nobody cares.
I have a friend, my friend Kira Lynn has a channel called Hollywood First Look. And she does, all the junkets. And she did the Wicked junket.
We've been on Oscar night with her. We've been on Oscar night with
Kira's
her.
great.
Yeah,
She was just
she's
on
cool.
Versus with her. She's cool. She does this channel. She does the junkets, but her videos get like 14 views.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is not a winning strategy. You know what I mean? And I question when they go on other shows, are the TV networks getting big ratings or views now?
No, and that's what they were made for. They were made for Good Morning America, your local news. That's what they were made. They weren't made for these YouTube channels.
And
it's an old strategy.
I question the channels they choose because they're not big channels. And look, I don't know how many people are watching the Nooner right now or the average views, but it's more than all these junkets. It's which is kind of sad to me because it shows the level of interest in hearing what they have to say is pretty low, but it doesn't surprise me after the election with all the celeb endorsements did not move the needle in the least. But I want to, this goes to all the white guys for Harris watching. Kamala Harris still has a path to the presidency. She can do it. If Biden steps down and does the right thing, He will be president. Well, like maybe for a month, but it can still happen. So white guys for Harris.
Hold
Wipe
out for
the
you.
wipe the tears from your eyes. It can still happen. You can still get a woman president. I mean, it is kind of like, everyone gets a trophy, but it could happen. So white guys for Harris again.
Sure. But yeah, if the studios want to save a bunch of money, stop doing this. It's it's something that's from the 20th century, for fuck's sake. Like, as far as the nooner, I mean, across our upload and this one, and we average between, anywhere between 6,000 to 8,000 people watching. So roughly, we get almost, we're creeping up to 1 million views or downloads for podcasts a month for if we do 4 shows in a month. We're getting close to that. We do pretty well on Spotify, considering we don't do monetization there, so we don't have a ton of reach, but it does really well. So it's but even if the celebrity came here and gave that vapid interview, not as many people, like half as many people would be interested. They would not be interested at all. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about these. The only people who care are content creators who get cringe shit.
or like Josh Brolin going on Rogan, right? Like that was cool. If more actors would give see, that's the future. If more actors would come on and talk like that, more people would be interested. They're not interested in these flat. I mean, that's exactly the kind of answers they should be giving on their press tour. Is this movie's about this because you don't have a ton of time. This movie's about this. It comes out here. Really enjoy playing one part. Blah, blah, blah. But if you want to sit down and interview an actor for any period of time, the Josh Brolin, Joe Rogan one is exactly how you do it. He came off great. He came off great. Did you see oh, hang on. Let me get it real quick. This is fucking funny. This is funny. Give me a moment. All right.
Speaking of that, I retweeted
Yes.
it. Here we go. I'm going over here.
Okay, I can't wait.
No, you can't hear it.
I can't hear it.
You will hear it in just a second.
All right.
You can't see it.
By the way,
can't see
4K, can't stop the music. That's
awesome. Awesome. Great.
Great.
Not great movie. Here we go.
It's terrible.
Here we go. Here we go.
Children filming you.
That's it.
The lowest moment possible would do it for you.
Yeah. I didn't want to be filmed, so I stopped early.
You got off.
I did
off
get
at the
filmed
right time.
the last time.
Yeah.
I drank. Yeah, it was super lame. I was at a what do you call it? A Del Taco, and I tapped the cab in front of me accidentally when I was moving forward, and he got out and created a thing, and somebody filmed it from the back of the cab.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I look stupid. You can't fucking drive. You don't fucking drive. You're like, oh dude, shh, quiet. Don't speak.
No.
Don't speak.
There's nothing worse than being sober and seeing something when you're
there's
drunk. You're like,
nothing.
oh no, I'm so gross.
Because you're
That's so fucking good.
Oh God.
And the guy who tweeted it's like, Thanos was on Joe Rogan. To be honest, the guy's a pretty good dude.
Yeah, I really do think that people do like I like it. I've been listening to Rogan for years. Before I didn't know people hated him. I was like, what? He does good interviews. I'm kind of blissfully unaware of certain things in the culture because I tune out the morons. So, and I've always sort of been I'm very open-minded. I listen to everybody. I get a lot of different views. And so, but things heat up during certain times, but I don't know.
Who the fuck hates Joe Rogan?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
I've been listening to Joe Rogan forever because he will, for one, he brings on Graham Hancock and Randall Carlson,
right.
and he'll talk he is pretty open-minded, and sure, he definitely thought one way before, but he'd always listen to people. He wouldn't shut people out. That's crazy. That's why he's the best. That's why he's the best. That's why he's number one.
Curious. I do think that the old way of promoting a movie with the junket, I know this. I think it's part of it is this. They are placating because it's built into the contract of the actors. Yes. And Rachel Zegler will be doing junkets in March for Snow White.
Oh yeah, and
mark my words.
We're all here for it. Okay,
right.
We're all here for it. But I mean, even when they're non-offensive and they're not cringe and stupid, they're utterly useless, utterly boring, and it's just for the actors unless here's the premiere. But like, if you're really trying to like, and if you're trying to save dollars and cents, this is the first thing you fucking cut. Period.
Cut the junkets. They're
Cut the
expensive.
junkets.
They'll do them at really like fancy hotels like the Four Seasons. They put up the actors. They have drivers and this. There's all sorts of. I mean, you go to it. It's like the security is insane. So I've done a ton of junkets with big actors, and you see the ungodly amount of money they spend. You walk out with a gift bag or whatever. It's a whole routine, and I think part of it is they're placating the egos of the actors.
Yes.
They're making because everyone comes in. It's a parade of people. The amount of time you have is 4 minutes.
Oh.
You have 4 minutes. And a lot of it is make the actors feel good because you have a parade of people coming in saying how great you are. But as a tool to promote a film, it is, you're right. It's dead. It's old. It's a dead format for that. I think Rogan, that's the future, right? Like you could do one Rogan interview and become president or promote a movie. So Sebastian Stan should have gone on Rogan to promote The Apprentice, the film
He'd
that
probably be pretty good.
no one has seen.
We
except
get
for
to know
me and
these
Adam.
actors a little better and honestly, the precedent's been set. Every president has to go on Rogan now. I hope Rogan's ready for that too.
Mhm.
Every presidential candidate that's serious has to go on Rogan.
Right?
That is
Yeah.
that has been settled, and you have to make it on Rogan. I would love to see Gavin Newsom interviewed by Joe Rogan. I would fucking love it. Do it tomorrow, and you'll see. Like Gavin won't do terrible. He's not going to do like Kamala or anything, but you'll see what a slimy fucking snake that motherfucker is, and how he is really good at not answering a single fucking question. That's what he exceeds at. He can just slide by a question better than anybody.
Yep.
He is the ultimate proto auton politician, uniparty politician. He's fucking terrible. He's the most evil, vile thing in government right now.
Yeah, I mean, I
Aside
know.
from the entire military-industrial complex.
I see him on the local news, and what's worse than Gavin is the local news. They will not question him. They don't say a word. And if he is ever given a hardball question, which is never, you will never see that journalist again. He is never. They don't hold him. They don't hold him accountable for anything.
Adam
So
Carolla
our news,
decimated him a few years ago. So
I mean, it's just they're awful at and I don't know. You saw California go a little more red in the state. I mean, progress, right? But the state was red back when Reagan was around.
the state was red into it was purple in the early 2000s.
Yeah, and it turned. So I think that'll if they please. I hope Kamala runs in 2028.
She ain't gonna run, and this is why. Hang on. Hang on. Watch this, dude.
Please encourage her. Please.
That's fucking thing that was on the internet last night. Hang on. Oh shit.
I if you're gonna show the tape of Kamala,
hang on.
I don't know if I've been that drunk in a long time, but
you've been this drunk. I've seen.
I
you this drunk.
understand.
Here we go. Here we go.
This is Ryan on a Tuesday.
There we go. This is X-Ray Girl too.
Don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power
Oh my God.
that you did before November 5th. And you have the same purpose.
It doesn't
that
get
Why
old.
is it moving in her hand?
Ever let anybody take your power from you.
Because
Oh
somebody
my God.
put it in.
You
It's
have
so
the same
fucking
power
good. I love
that
the
you did
internet.
before November.
I fucking love it.
And you have the same purpose that you did.
And it happened
Don't
almost
you ever
instantly.
let anybody take your power from
Oh
you.
shit, but that's your power from
You
me.
have the same power
Same powers.
that you did before November 5th.
Fifth.
And you have the same purpose that you did.
She
Wow.
is drunk or on the verge of a stroke.
Class
One of the
act.
two.
Yeah, it's
okay.
bad. It's bad.
It is bad. It is bad. Now, I was referencing David Chappelle, triggering a couple people in the chat. David Bartholomew Chappelle. I don't know what his middle name is. This is the clip I was talking about because this is very good. This is very good. It should be on repeat. People should watch it all the time because
I love oh, what's the okay?
What were we gonna say? It's cool.
No. Go ahead. Yeah. It's good.
When Martin Lawrence was in that chair, we talked about Blue Streak.
I love it.
He played a role in your life, I believe. How do you feel about him as a person, as an artist?
Martin Lawrence is the guy that showed everybody you can make it from DC to Hollywood. And I had a personal stake in his success. Every time he did something, it made me feel inspired and really good. And he was always real nice to me. He'd sit me down, what's going on with you, baby boy? What? We'd talk about comedy, whatever. And, you know, when we did Blue Streak, we were promoting it, and Martin had a stroke. He almost died. And then after that, I saw him, and I was like, oh my God, Martin, are you okay? And he said, I got the best sleep I ever got in my life. That's how tough he is. So let me ask you this. What is happening in Hollywood that a guy that tough will be on the street waving a gun, screaming, they are trying to kill me?
Yeah.
What's going on? Why is Dave Chappelle going to Africa? Why does Mariah Carey make a $100 million deal and take her clothes off on TRL? A weak person cannot get to sit here and talk to you. Ain't no weak people talking to you. So what is happening in Hollywood? Nobody knows. The worst thing to call somebody is crazy, is dismissive. I don't understand this person, so they're crazy. That's bullshit. These people are not crazy. They're strong people. Maybe the environment is a little sick.
And maybe that explains it. You know, it is a very sick environment that's worked and been profitable for a long time. But for those people to come out and bloviate to us and tell us how to fucking live, when if you just peek behind use a Wizard of Oz reference here, Chris.
Yes, please.
Peek behind the curtain of Hollywood just a little bit, you'll see debauchery, sickness, and business practices that wouldn't fly anywhere. But you know, that's the way it is. They tried to fix it with Me Too, and they did what Hollywood does. They opportunized it. They used it as a power grab instead of actually fixing whatever problems are there. And believe me, the Me Too shit happening just as bad with more people now. Nothing changed. As a matter of fact, some of the women who are running Me Too were actually having sex with underage kids. So that's Hollywood for you. Yeah. My God, if you're a parent, don't ever let your kids go there, ever. If you love your kids. You know, I don't have a problem with artistic communities. I don't have a problem with crazy artists. I just have a problem with people like Alec Baldwin telling me how to live. when he might go back to court now for killing somebody. Excuse me. Killing somebody. Accident. But he just refuses to take any responsibility for it at all. Which is sick. Which shows you how sick that dude is. But damn, who lives in Texas? Who lives in Texas? I hope not Alec Baldwin. I live in Texas, but I'm not there right now. But yeah, like you gotta wonder. Well, we don't need to wonder what's going on. It's a crazy place, and we know that. But I thought Dave Chappelle. I love what he said right there. Love what he said right there. Okay, so speaking of Hollywood, I gotta pull up my Discord again. Please excuse me.
Oh, no worries.
Were you thinking about the Ben Stiller?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Ben Stiller. I got it.
Oh, okay.
I got the Ben Stiller, and then I got to get the Elon tweet, which was fucking. Oh my God, the Elon tweet today.
Well, I haven't seen it. Let me ask a question.
Sure.
Why do people not like Elon Musk? I don't understand.
They loved him before. They
but like they
adored
loved him. They had Teslas. And why does Hollywood not like him? Is it that he's a free speech guy, which
Yes.
is why
Yes.
I
He
like
went off the reservation, like J.K. Rowling, my next video, who is not going to be putting on a MAGA hat anytime in this lifetime or the next or any multiverse, goes off the reservation for one fucking issue. And it's purity. It's a struggle session. I think Three Body Problem, one of the best things that show did was show a real struggle session. You know, and that's exactly what they have to go through. And you have to be Elon and JK. Not so much anymore. That's changing rapidly. Like by the minute, that is changing. To just say, fuck you, you know. Somebody in the chat a couple of days ago, I wish I'd give you credit, said something brilliant. Said, J.K. Rowling doesn't just have fuck you money. She has shut the fuck up money.
Yeah.
And that's what Elon has. So we love Tropic Thunder. Gets brought up a lot. Tropic Thunder, one of the greatest comedies, one of the most groundbreaking comedies, and one of the, because it did what comedy was supposed to do. It just made a joke out of everything and everybody could laugh. And we know we are healthy as people, as an individual, and as a society and as a country if we could laugh at ourselves. Like, that's really important. Les Grossman, dude. Tom Cruise, one of his greatest performances of all time.
Oh, so good.
As Les Grossman. And Tom Cruise has comedy chops. He could do it if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Like, that's how good he is. So Ben Stiller, who said Tropic Thunder can't be made today. So Elon just points out, says this, Ben Stiller says, woke America killed edgier comedy. As this guy points out, says this, endorses Kamala. And then Elon goes, damn, he went full retard. And the fact that the owner of X and the owner of Tesla and SpaceX, the man is going to send people to Mars.
Yeah.
This shit is so fucking good for humanity. You don't even know. You don't even fucking know how beautiful this is. And this is the world healing. This is the world healing. Yeah. So Ben's out there like, dude, do that. So Chris, do they not understand? Because I know people, I talk to people who don't like Trump, but absolutely hate what's going on in Hollywood, and they don't see the correlation. They don't. Yeah. Now, you don't have to love Trump, but the fact that you hate what's going on in Hollywood and you hate Trump does not line up at all, or you don't understand. You don't understand what put him in the White House with a majority. You don't understand why he got, I mean, basically, it's a bunch of ex-Democrats. It's a bunch of fucking ex-Democrats who went to the Republican Party. Yeah, like you're not understanding culturally what's going on. And the fact that like we have to say it out loud is absolutely ridiculous. Like you're in culture in Hollywood. I think as an actor, it should be your job to pay attention to what's going on culturally for trends. It's part of your profession. And the fact that they're clueless on this or refuse to believe, I don't know, Chris, which one do you think it is? Or is it a little bit of both?
I think it's people are out of touch. I mean, Hollywood, more than anything, people are out of touch. Like, I just don't have, I mean, being from the Midwest, I could never get the Detroit out of me. So I always thought back even in the 90s, when I first moved here, I just saw a lot of weird, the way that parents raise kids was, I thought was troublesome. I call it, and they have a name for it. You know what they call it? Free range kids.
Yes.
They just let them do whatever. And then you can't tell the boys from the girls because the boys have these sort of long hair. And you're like, is that a girl? Oh, we just let them do whatever. We just let them. I don't let my kids do whatever. If they're being disruptive, don't act like that. You're out of line. You don't act like that. Dad doesn't let you get away with shit. That's the kind of dad I was. But I think that's default setting dad. It's the default setting. You you teach your kids to be respectful and not be a nuisance, and just be good kids in general. Sure, they always act out, but whatever. But the way I saw other parents parent their children got me out of LA. I'm like, F this, I'm moving out. So, I moved to Pasadena out of LA to get some distance between the crazy parents. There was no way my kids were going to public school in LA. There was no way. So we moved to Pasadena to get away from that, because I saw the way parents were just very whatever. And that's where you end up with like these weak people. So I don't know, weak parents, weak kids. Like, I see it. And a side note, really weird one that just sort of a thing that bugged me is in the Skeleton Crew, the lead kid is a mixed race kid that has that kind of freaking hair. And it bugged me. It was like, oh, he's got that. Is he a girl? Is he a thing? Like, just how about a boy haircut and just a boy? So I can't wait to
it was brought up yesterday. You've brought it up a lot. I've brought it up a lot. One of the biggest problems with Hollywood, and this goes to comedy, this goes to everything. It right now is it's lost touch with not just the common, just the general populace. It's lost touch with masculinity. It doesn't even know what it is. It's a riddle. It's an absolute riddle. We talked about it on the phone. You said, there was a time when, men couldn't write women, right? And now it's the opposite. You told me.
It's the opposite. Hollywood doesn't know how to make and or market a film to men, because there are, I hate to say this, too many women in male spaces. When you look at the first Star Wars, yes, women worked on Star Wars and contributed to. Marsha Lucas was a huge contribution, but it was mostly men who made that movie. And there was I'm quoting Paul Chato, gear porn was a big part of Star Wars.
Yes.
Like, gear porn is robots and this and tools and a land speeder and spaceships. And they treated them like how you treat a car you love. Have you ever loved a car? Have you ever loved a car? I have loved cars.
Ship porn, which is part of gear porn, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Like that used to matter. Starships look like shit now. They absolutely look like shit.
They're not only did they look like shit, in Force Awakens has the worst original designs. You don't remember them. I could, as a child, I could draw an X-Wing. As a child, I could draw a TIE fighter. They were iconic. Look at modern ships, starships in fiction, whatever. They are uninspired.
Okay, I'm going to say something controversial.
Please do.
I love the X-Wing fighter. Don't get me wrong. I love the Millennium Falcon. I love TIE fighters. I always thought Battlestar Galactica's Vipers were the coolest.
Yeah, Vipers
absolutely
were
the
great.
coolest. Yes.
And the
Vipers
Cylon Raider.
And the Cylon Raider. But Vipers were sexy. They were fucking cool looking.
Yes, they were really cool. I like the Y-Wing.
The Y-Wing. Somebody dissed the B-Wing on Twitter. I like the B-Wing too.
A-Wing.
A-Wing.
Kind of like
the Y-Wing's cool. The Y-Wing's very cool.
But the point is, if a child can draw it, that tells you something. There is not an original design in Force Awakens or the sequel trilogy that is memorable. Not one.
Nope.
And there are ships that are kind of cool in the prequels. The Naboo Starfighter. There's some stuff in there. There's some good design. The droid Decas I thought were cool. Like, there's some ideas that are interesting. So yeah, they've just, I don't know, where those great design. So when I'm saying Hollywood can make a movie for women, because there are so many women now in these positions, right? But you can't sell something to someone that doesn't understand it. Like, it would be like you and I have made this analogy before. Let's say you and I start a cosmetic company. Let's do it. We're going to do makeup, lipstick, eyeliner, and you and I will try to make that company, and it'll be mostly men making cosmetics for women.
Straight men. We got to be clear.
Yeah, to be clear, straight men. We would do a terrible job. We would suck at it. Conversely, women trying to make a thing for men, they don't know what men want. And I think even more the divide is, and I will say this, it used to be men would be like, oh, I don't understand women. I don't get them. This was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Now, women, it's the opposite. Women don't understand men. They don't get it. And worse, they don't care to.
They don't care
let
to.
me tell you what. Let me tell you why. I see a lot of indie movies that come in to Film Threat, a lot. And we talk about the better ones, the ones that get wide releases, the ones worth seeing. There's a little animated movie from, is it Latvia? I forget. Anyways, it's called Flow, about a cat. Really cool little animated movie, 85 minutes, very good. We talk about the ones that are good. I see a lot of bad ones. The one thing I noticed that is very consistent, women filmmakers and directors, and this is going to sound very sexist, I don't care. They have not only no empathy for male characters in their films, they have disdain. That has settled in, and you can feel it in the work. No empathy, disdain, and don't care to even, just treat them like humans. And you're seeing this from female filmmakers. And part of, I think, being an artist is to have empathy for people that aren't you. If you're writing fiction, you have to have empathy for your characters, even if they're, evil characters. You kind of see where they're coming from. Evil characters don't think they're evil. They have a different agenda, whatever.
I'll give you two examples of women written correctly, where it subtly or not so subtly shows that they don't have disdain for men. And they just so happen to be two mob women who are daughters of mob bosses, Susie Glass from Gentlemen and Sophia Falcone from Penguin. And they established that early on because in both series, they love their brothers.
Yeah.
And they're not just like, they genuinely love their brothers. Like, and they respect their fathers to a certain point. One more than others, Susie Glass, more than Sophia Falcone, who later finds out that her dad has been killing people, but women. But initially they have a respect. So that's a really easy way to show that. And they skip that in things like Agatha or there's no men in Agatha, but you know what I'm talking about. Like they skip that, and you're absolutely right. They just show this. It comes out of the pores of the screen. It's just, you feel the hate. It's like something like Velma, Disbrews covered it a lot, but Velma had just a disdain for the audience, men, and the source material, and you can just feel it pouring out of the screen. Same thing with the Rings of Power. There's a disdain there for Tolkien. There's a disdain there for the fandom. You can feel it. And that authenticity, where that comes in art, is something like that. And those are just two examples. Now, one of those written by women. So woman, written by a woman. That's gooder English, right? With the Penguin. But you're like, it's a riddle, and the fact of the matter is, like, I rarely see women written better than like Joss Whedon wrote them these days.
I hate to say,
truth is truth. And they need to crack that if they want to have more women in male franchise. Now, yes, it is possible, but with all writers, you have to have talent, and there's just so much. There's a finite amount of talented people out there. You can't just say, I'm a writer, I've done this thing, and I've worked with Vince Gilligan, so now pluck me for this role. Sports analogy. It's like, taking Bill Belichick's offensive coordinator and expecting him to be Bill Belichick, and they usually just fucking suck. That's the same thing. You pluck from where you can, but you got to realize that Jessica Gao wrote for Silicon Valley, an all-timer great show. When she's on her own, she sucks.
Well, yeah, it is a writing room, right? So yes. I'm certain that other people contributed to that, or she had help. It's very likely.
Yeah, from Mike Judge. So, like one of the goats. So that's the problem. But this is great. And Ben Stiller not understanding that you basically are the system that you completely support is the system that made it impossible to make another Tropic Thunder. And the fact that you can't see that, Ben Stiller, or don't want to see that, oh shit.
Yeah.
You're lost, buddy. You're lost.
Yeah.
You're lost.
Yeah, I wish he could kind of see the difference. So
Is it can he see the difference, or he's not willing to see the difference?
I think Hollywood, it just is so out of touch with, you know, people that I don't know. It's like you need diversity in the writer's room. And I don't mean colors of people, so-called. I hate that. But like you need people from, you know, used to be kind of like I bring this up a lot. Blue collar people used to be a focus in Hollywood. So many blue collar stories. You pointed out that Star Wars is about a farmer, a trucker, and a war veteran, you know? I mean, that's all very blue collar and relatable. So it's very sad where we are. And I feel like who Hollywood chooses to tell stories about says something.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's what Robert brought up is it's like with all these genres, and Justine Bateman brought it up as well. Like the reason Hollywood went to genre because it sells internationally better. Not like satire comedy, but they went to genre for that reason. But nobody bothered to ask, what's this about? So Star Wars is not, and I give Robert Meyer Burnett full credit for this. Like he says, Star Wars isn't about anything anymore. It's about itself.
Oh, can I give you one thing in Skeleton Crew that like fucking made me go nuts?
What's that?
They play with Star Wars toys in a Star Wars show.
Yes.
They literally have like a Jedi and there are two characters that they pretend with lightsabers to play Star Wars. It's now come full circle. I predicted this. I predicted this with Ahsoka. I was saying like at some point they're just gonna play with Star Wars toys in a Star Wars show.
And they did it.
Yeah. Like, and they actually do it. It's in the opening minutes. He's got at breakfast, one of the characters has like 2 Star Wars figures. They're generic. They're not anyone in particular. And they're just playing Star Wars in the show. That's a Star Wars show.
Yeah, that's a little much, but it's a kid's show. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, like,
which I'm like, whatever.
Nothing says Disney. Like, no, I get your point. Nothing says Disney Star Wars more than kids playing with Star Wars, and it's not about Star Wars. It's not about anything. You know, the biggest failure of the Rings of Power is you brought in people who can speak Elvish and can read the stuff, can read the lore, and probably read this hell out of the Silmarillion and didn't understand any of it. Or don't know how to interpret it on screen, or don't know how to tell whatever it is. They failed. By the way, no season 3 announcement yet today for Rings of Power. Oh, they're thinking about it. Like if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. The reason they haven't announced, which I still eventually think they will, but the reason they haven't announced it because they're really thinking about it. They're probably getting ready to reduce, at the very least, reduce some budgets, reduce some episode counts. And possibly reduce the 5-season commitment. I promise you, those are the conversations that are being had right now. Because there's no way this thing it is bleeding money for Amazon. And Amazon's got all the money in the world, but each department has to be profitable. And this department can't be a drag on the system. And it can't be embarrassing for the company, which is what it is. All right, we got to get to Squid Game. Hi, Az is in the chat, by the way. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Az. How you doing, man?
Squid Game. So Netflix, having seen a little bit of Arcane season 2 and really not wanting to go on at this point, Netflix, and this is undeniable at this point. If you've been watching, I watch, honestly, I mean, this channel was meant to cover prestige TV series. That was what I initially set out to do. I mean, I'll do a movie once in a while, but like my main interest was, prestige television series because I kind of thought those were more interesting, and they were at the time. Netflix has I can't get past season 1 problem, like a serious one, with rare exceptions. So people are going to bring up the exceptions, but Stranger Things season 2 sucked, and it just continued because it was so fucking popular. Alter Carbon season 2, Umbrella Academy season 2. You could go on and on. Yes, there was Orange is the New Black, and the political show that I'm blanking right now. But most part, their shows can't get past season 2. And there is the rare occasion where they have a popular show that they just cancel, after season 2. They can't get past, they cannot have a sustained series. They just have a serious problem doing that. And it's a streaming problem, but it's particularly a problem with Netflix. Now, there's a lot of reasons behind it, but they need to figure it out. That's a nut they need to crack for sustainability. They need to figure, if they're going to make their own shit, you need to have sustainability. And by doing that, you need to make a season 2 that doesn't have to be as good as season 1, but it can't fucking suck and alienate half your fan base like The Witcher did. And Arcane is absolutely going down the Witcher route right now. They've come out with a shitty season 2, and they're announcing a bunch of fucking spinoffs, and they've gone into multiverse and all this crazy stuff. And while it's going to make the shippers happy, the normies who are going to support this are going to be out. Boom. They're going to be gone. And how do they fix this? I don't know, but we have a season 2 of something that I really loved, but I don't think it needed a season 2, but we're getting it anyway. And it's Squid Games. And after Arcane, I think, somebody responded on Twitter and said, should I be worried about Squid Game? Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
I saw that teaser for it, and I kind of got excited just because the freshness of that first season, like when we saw it, it came out of nowhere and was amazing, and watched the whole thing twice. And I love that world that was created, the concept behind it. And, obviously the one
could work.
Yes. But I didn't really want it. Just like I didn't want a sequel to Moana or Gladiator.
Or a sequel to Joker.
There's so many you could make a list of unnecessary sequels, because there are a lot of them.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Remember back in the day when it was just written in stone that a sequel would suck.
Yeah, I was sort of like, why'd they make a sequel? Now it's like that's doing business. It's assumed that there will be one, even when the lead character of your story is dead and the story resolved. I've been comparing Gladiator and Gladiator 2 to Rocky and Rocky 2, because in Rocky, the first one, most people answer that Rocky won. No, Rocky lost. Apollo Creed won. So then they just made Rocky 2, and it's the same movie. They even repeat a lot of the same beats, including the run up the stairs. He's got the turtles, he's got the girlfriend, but it's like it's everything the same, but he wins this time. And so that's Gladiator 1 and 2. Loses the second one, same beats, but lesser, and he wins. The lead character wins.
Yes. Sorry, I had to give Perry an instruction there. And you are correct, as same goes for Arcane. One was developed over years. Same for Westworld. One was developed over 5 or 6 year period, and are great 1 seasons. And you spend less time on the second season. That's one of the reasons. But let's watch this. See what we think. I gotta make sure those subtitles are on. There we go.
네가 그 안에서 총질을 하든 밖에서 야바이 짓을 하든 달라지는 건 없어. 안에 오신 여권을 나한테 뭘 원하지? 다시 게임을 하게 해줘.
He wants back in the game. Back in the game. I have to stop it. What is your
Osha?
I feel a correction to you. Osha me. Osha.
저희는 여러분을 해치려는 게 아닙니다. 여러분들에게 기회를 드리는 겁니다.
That was pretty good.
Unexpected. Oh my goodness.
엄마, 급한 밤은 다 갖고도 나와. 야, 그럼 여기 왜 다시 들어왔냐?
라디오 판막.
난 그 게임을 멈추려는 거야. 아직도 모르.
So he's trying to put it into the game. 오샤.
세상이 바뀌지 않는 한 게임은 끝나지 않아. 이 게임.
Can't we just take out the subtitles and X-Ray Girl can interpret all of this for us?
Come on, X-Ray Girl.
You can do all the voices, X-Ray Girl.
Oh, sure. I am every actor in this movie.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. That's a
Talent.
lot of X-Ray Girls.
게임을 만든 놈들. 그 놈들과 싸워야 합니다. 게임에 돌아온 걸 환영하네.
Okay. Love the concept. Here's the problem. Yeah, okay, that looks fine. Here's the problem when you have a show that's in a setting. For example, Matrix. For example, Westworld. Once you leave the park, which is the most interesting part, once you leave the Matrix, which is the most, it gets a little messy. So as long as they stay within the frame of the game and they just play the game, I'm cool. If this starts breaking down and turning into Westworld, because in Westworld, they pretty much fucked up the park in season 2, which was stupid. You know,
season 1 was perfect. I was
so
good. You know, I was good. That's the end. That's good. You know, and I remember like the original Future World and Westworld, and I loved all the thing that was shocking in the medieval world when the one guy gets stabbed in the gut. That like shocked me as a kid. Like I even remember Future World with Richard Benjamin. Remember that?
Yeah, and that's what they should have. I mean, they kind of tried to do that, but then it turned into feminism. Woo.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of. It turned into full-on feminism. Yeah. Like every dude, every masculine dude got dyed, or I mean, almost literally his balls cut off as the show went on. But with this, I mean, just stay in the frame of the game, and you're cool. And maybe it's. I hope it's great. I'm going to watch it. It comes out the day after Christmas.
I'm sad it's not Christmas. I kind of want it to be Christmas.
Well, there's the problem. There's 2 things coming out the day after. It's 26, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. I'm pretty sure it's
25th. All these movies drop.
Nosferatu comes out.
So good.
I can't wait for that.
So good.
I cannot wait for that. I heard it's like legit horror movie too. Like
it is.
Oh, really?
So good. Yeah, I've seen it twice now. I can't wait to talk about it. It's really good. It's you'll love it. It's practically a black and white movie. One thing it may get critiqued for, I'll just put it out there right now so people be prepared for this. This movie, consistent with much of Robert Eggers' work, is not very diverse. Sorry to say, it's not diverse.
Well, being an ancient vampire myself, I'll be able to see myself in it finally.
But there are moments, see it somewhere that's got great sound, like a Dolby or an IMAX.
If it shows an IMAX, I'm going to see it in IMAX.
Yeah, the audio for, I'm going to see it again. I'm going to just pay to see it.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God. It's a very, very
Mr. Movie Critic Man's going to pay to see a movie. Look at that. That's how much he likes it.
I prefer actually, because I can get popcorn, and I like the.
Is there a Nosferatu popcorn bucket?
There is one. There are several. Have you seen them?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll find them. I got to show them. We have a popcorn bucket on our thing. We have a thing that's like Discord. And we call it Popcorn Bucket Posse.
All right, you pull that. I'm going to get some super chats. We're on a
PDP.
Yeah.
I was joking. There is actually a popcorn bucket for Nosferatu. I am so down for that. Holy
AMC,
shit.
Regal, and the Draft House have different ones.
That's fucking awesome.
And one comes with a rat.
Yeah.
Because rats play a big part of the movie. So okay, here's one of them. You can share that. There it is.
That is cool.
That is
Oh my
fucking
God.
awesome.
With a rat, a little rat.
So
That is
I
brilliant.
wish, because I know it's going to be plastic, that they made like a metal version of that.
Yeah. And there's
metal.
a couple more too.
I put on Twitter. Yes, I have seen Lord of the Rings: The War of the Rohirrim.
Wow. I gotta see it.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Because it's a mini Rings of Power. It is. There's going to be moments where you go, I remember that music. I remember. And Tolkien enthusiasts worth their salt, the ones who actually care about the lore, are not going to like it. Like High King Feanor, Alpha Chad of Middle Earth, not going to like it. He ain't going to like it. He's not going to like it. Middle Earth Mixer, not going to like it. Yeah. I'm bummed. That was the movie I was looking forward to the most this year.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. I'm super bummed and pissed. Yeah. And I think it will affect people looking forward to Peter Jackson's movie in the future. I could be wrong. But everything, all I'll say is everything they show you in the trailer is pretty much it. That's it. I should have known better. You know what? You're right. I'm a sweet summer child. Let's read some soups. I think there's a popcorn bucket for that too.
I just shared a different popcorn bucket. There's like 3. Like it's the sarcophagus popcorn.
Get them all. I'm gonna get them all.
I mean,
All right,
it's dumb, but I want it.
Magnum Norse for $20 says you should snipe stream GNG. I'm sure Jeremy would love the fact that his biggest super chatter went to Gary's channel LML. You fuck on me. If my buddy Scott's out there, that reminds me of this Asian lady came into the parts department, got really fucking mad at the mechanic because her car wasn't fixed.
Uh-oh.
And this was an inside joke the whole time. And she came in and yelled at Scott. She's like, you fix my car and you fix it right now. You fix my car. And we did that all for 10 years. You fix my car right now. Oh, the good old days. Duke Devil 95 for 10 has gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships for 50. Hell, Duke Devil, what's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. You want to stream snipe Jeremy while we're doing super chats? We could do that. That'd be kind of funny. Is he still on?
Yeah, do it.
I'll check it out and we'll pop it up.
DJ has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships for $25. Thank you, brother. Clarkson's Farm watch party coming up soon. M. Simone Reina for 10,000 yen. Since I live in Japan, it's rare that I get to catch it live. Have a great holiday, you two, Gary, Chris, and X-Ray Girl. Not sure if you have that holiday in Canada. She doesn't, but I mean, like, America is pretty much everybody's.
October.
America is such a priority. We have people in the UK and Canada basically celebrating it, wishing us a happy Thanksgiving. There you go.
Wow.
Hey, you know what? We're back, baby. We're back. So we get to laugh at you with your Trudeaus and whatever that simpleton is who's running the God, what is up with that guy in the UK? How in the fuck did you elect him? What the hell is wrong? But we had Biden for 4 years, so I shouldn't laugh too hard. Pops on the Streamlabs side, 3 parts for $100. Hell. Steimer, Stoner, what's his name? Who's the Prime Minister of the UK?
I'll have to Google that.
He does look like he's a bit touched. You know what I mean? Little touched. Starmer. He looks like he's the product
Fierce
of like too much
armor.
inbreeding. Okay, we'll just say that too much elite UK inbreeding. Stamfjorda. Gary started catching up on all the great shows I put off all year now that I have time during the holiday season. Oh, excellent. Just finished Shogun because of your recommendation. What a fantastic show on every level, writing, production, acting, etc. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. You were also right about the amazing X-Ray Girl, how amazing X-Ray Girl was in the show, from playing all the courtesans to the madam to all the noble women. I know she has such range. X-Ray Girl, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm resting my face right now because of how much I've had to act, and I'm a human with emotions.
Breaking news, Gary. There
What's
is a War of the Rohirrim popcorn bucket.
Yes, there. I thought so.
Have you seen it?
No, I have not seen it.
Can I? I'll share it. You're not gonna like it.
Is it a big muscly woman standing over the like a pile of orcs and dead
You're
Easterlings?
Probably admit
with their sword in the air.
You're gonna get it.
Oh, that's pretty. That's actually pretty good.
I like
I'll probably get that.
It's pretty cool.
That's pretty fucking cool.
You might need to get
I want it.
Helm Hammerhand. Oh, you mean the? I'm not supposed to.
Don't do it.
No. What? I mean,
You mean the guy that Hera steals all the valor from?
that's the guy.
Ah!
There's a Moana 2 bucket that's a Moana 2 boat with nachos. There's a Wicked bucket that comes with wands. There's a red one, Krampusstein.
I'm gonna go see Red One this week, dude. I want to
dumb.
see it. I want to see a dumb movie. I'm fine with
you
that.
know what? You'll probably have fun. Honestly, I think it's so bad. I'm like, but you got to admit the Krampus stuff is actually the best part for me.
Yeah. So War of the Rohirrim is more frustrating because it comes from people who should know better. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes it 1,000 times more frustrating. But we still have the greatest trilogy of all time. It will not take away from that. I would say just watch the Lord of the Rings extended versions over the holiday weekend. Fuck it. Throw on the Hobbit extended versions first and then watch the Lord of the Rings extended versions, other than go see that. Part 3. You are so lucky that all she asked from you is to pay her in booze and Legos instead of charging her for acting fees. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Oh, should I pay you in Legos? I think that's...
I mean, the Legos are pretty expensive, the ones I want. So
Legos
I
ain't
wouldn't-
cheap.
No, they ain't.
You're talking about Legos for like Wicked?
Oh, God.
No, just children's toy Legos.
Oh my God.
Like you step on and it hurts.
Chris is under the spell of Wicked.
I think those nails really tantalize
I think him and Robert Meyer Burnett should go on a date to see Wicked, and they can sing along. Because you know what they're going to do? They're going to start doing specific sing-along screenings because they've done this in the past.
come
I will
with you
never
guys?
do that. I will never go to a
Please?
sing-along.
You know, you want to sing. I know.
Well, that's
you
what they
do.
should do. If people are complaining, then you do a specific, because they've done this in the past. You do a specific sing-along screening where you just go to that, you sing your little fucking heart out. But I did like that sign in the Philippines going, "Please do not sing in the movie."
With Filipinos, you actually have to, because they love singing all too much.
Oh yeah. I lived, my shop was very close to Daly City, California, which has per capita the largest Filipino population in America. I know. Disney should reboot the MCU with a Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe comic. By the way, Gary, have you been reading or watching the One Piece manga? I watched the anime. It's good. I have not read. I have all the manga. Someone was nice enough to send it all to me. It's in my room. If you have, revisit season 1 of the live action. You might think it's way too rushed. I don't, though. I've read that part and I've watched that part, and I don't. I actually think the live action has made so many new One Piece fans because it was done with love, with respect, and it's the character work in it is great. The world building is great. It has perfect balance. Now, that's another season 2 from a Netflix show that I would be worried about. I would absolutely, but Oda's there. Oda's there. So, I mean, we got that. You can just keep that up, by the way.
That's what she said.
Offer name for $5. Gary, next time Ernest gives you lip, call him pronoun patient 0. Pronoun patient 0. I will. I don't care if people give me lip. It's fine. But I think he'll be there today. Ernest is the guy with the fingernails. Maybe I'll ask him. You know what? I'll ask him on Piers Morgan if he's there. X-Ray Girl, because he's got fingernails. I'm gonna go, how do you wipe your ass?
Oh my God.
It's a good question because, like, my nails, I never let it get too long because I wear contacts. So
I'm gonna steal that from you, and I'm gonna try to work that in.
I'm so excited.
Piers Morgan today is like, how does she wipe her ass?
Should I find that medical device that we discussed earlier?
Sure. Why not? While I'm reading, absolutely.
While you're reading super chats,
I'm reading, yeah. Because I think today we're talking about Jaguar, Wicked. Oh, we're talking Band. This is kind of a thing in the UK, and I actually know about this. Band-Aid is considered racist now. Did you know that?
Why? Oh, because of the color.
Because of the color.
What? No. Oh God, you guys.
Did you say Band-Aid?
Do they know it's Christmas time at all? Band-Aid, the band for Bob Geldof, feeding starving children in Africa. Not the fucking Band-Aid. I know. That's actually, you know what? The color, by the way, X-Ray Girl, you're not dumb for bringing that up because they did change the shades of Band-Aid to fucking match colors. They did. No, Band-Aid. Bob Geldof is getting criticized for being a white savior. You believe that fucking shit? Guy feeds millions of starving African children, and the Africans are going, yeah. Well, by the way, it's not the Africans, it's Londoners, a black Londoner who comes out and goes, it makes them look bad. You know what makes them look bad? Starving children. That's what makes them look bad. Fuck.
I hope that narrative just goes away. I'm so sick of it.
Oh, I agree with everybody who were in the comment section on Twitter. Then give the money back. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh,
do that.
But he wouldn't have anything to say with it because he's a Londoner who was born in fucking London. And it's I don't even know. I'm guessing a musician, a presenter, some celebrity in the UK. Fucking. Yeah, I can't wait to talk about that. What's up, my Nunas? Just got my Raycons and Gamer Subs. Awesome. Thanks. Discount code Nerdrotic. Gary, when you collab with Gamer Subs, you will have your own flavor or Gary waifu cup. Happy Thanksgiving. Well, Gamer Subs will be sponsoring all my gaming streams over the next month, and they start soon, like soon as I get back home and get on my beautiful Meta PC. My beautiful Meta PC. We're going to play some Witcher 3. I might even go back to Hogwarts. I might even fuck around with Gollum, but I am definitely playing the Indiana Jones game. Most definitely.
I don't know about that game.
Oh, I don't either, but it's Indiana Jones. So I'm going to try it out.
I put in the private chat a link to you can buy it on Amazon. It's very affordable. It's a tool. This is how.
Oh my God.
Did you look at it? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
You gotta share it, Gary. It looks like a wand.
Oh my God. Okay.
Well, you should share it, X-Ray Girl. You share it.
Let me just make sure.
Real quick, somebody has a question for Chris.
Oh, let's hear it.
Schwabble for 50 Czechoslovakian pesos. Does Chrissy, you mean Chris Gore, still have the slave Leia outfit? I've seen pictures of him wearing it. He calls you Chrissy.
That I do not. I no longer have it.
Oh, did you donate this? Did somebody else put it on?
I got rid of it. Honestly, I just didn't care. I do not.
Is that it? It looks like a
So
toothbrush.
you gotta do this. Okay.
It looks like a toothbrush.
Now we have this is how
crack.
Cynthia with her long nails. This is how you do it. Toilet aids for wiping, long reach comfort
Toilet
butt
aids.
wiper, tool
Toilet
self-help
aids.
toilet butt wipe tool. It says elderly from back. This is also when I looked up obese. So
okay,
if you
let's
can't
go.
get back there,
Let's read these before we go.
but you don't
We gotta
want
get
to. You think this is turning people off?
No, I need to read the super chats before I got to leave in 10 minutes. So I got to try and
Oh,
read
sorry,
as many
Gary,
super chats as I can. You can keep it up if you want, but
Oh no, I'm good. I don't want to see that.
toilet aids. Mr. Burger for $5. Chris Gore will vouch for what I'm about to say. Gary, treat yourself to the Mr. Burger Show shorts on YouTube and X, anti-woke, funny, and life-changing. Have you seen them?
I haven't. I feel bad. I haven't seen it.
I'll check it out. Yeah, I have not seen them. Zodlander for 100 Swedish krona. Hail all. Where were the FNT Wicked Witch of the North? Where was the FNT Wicked? Where was the FNT Wicked Witch of the North? I mean, not that I'm saying X-Ray Girl is a witch, but she is from the North. So, I mean, just saying, give us a green mean X-Ray Girl.
Yeah, I got to give you, okay, X-Ray Girl. Why did you not go green? You could have gotten a green light.
You want to wear the makeup. It's fine.
Get a green light and put it on your face and you'd be green. That's
no.
Go low effort.
This MAGA uncle will absolutely be showboating at the table, says Darth Gravel for $5. I hope they all do. I mean, fortunately, we had this a birthday with all the cousins and everything. This huge fucking table filled with Wagners and their giant heads and their pixie faces. And not a one of them did. They were all Trump supporters. Like there was no argument at all, which is crazy with a family that big. Albert Not a Retro for 2 Canadian pesos. Sorry, Chris, it's white simps for Harris. There you go. Also from Albert Not a Retro, Joe Rogan is a moral coward who said men get raped in prison is moot because it's other men doing it. He also denies women rape and said he would laugh at guys in the Weinstein situation. Maybe that's what he said. Is he joking? I don't know the context of that.
Yeah.
I don't agree with Joe on every take. That's not, I'm not the purity police, right? So he could say some stupid shit. But it's like, what is he now? Has he evolved? And I don't know the context, but I'll look it up, brother. I'll look it up.
I know the guy thinks he's a comedian. It's weird.
Yeah. He's a comedian. He might be, I mean,
he might be joking.
Listen, yeah, he might be joking. He might not. I mean, we've said some pretty rough stuff on FNT in the past. JWT 6577 for $5. People that are cutting off their families are going to learn that more often than not, they'll regret it. Their families more often than not won't. Yes, cutting off your family is fucking retarded for politics. All right, that's just fucking retarded. Zodlander for 50 Swedish krona. The stroke was the best sleep I ever had. Is that true, Chris? Was it the best sleep you ever had? I doubt it, but thankfully, I don't know. Hail FNT.
Yeah, for like a month. I like really was exhausted. Now I feel great. I feel really good.
Well, you're all energized and you do your walks and stuff.
Yeah.
What if she peed on the snowman, says Macaque for $2? Oh, you mean for that movie? I think the same thing would have happened. The infamous
yellow person.
The infamous El Guapo on the Streamlabs side for $7.77. Hey, Dad Ranters. We'll have to catch up on the show later because I'm getting the house ready for family, but wanted to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving and thankful for like-minded individuals that aren't a part of the hive mind. God bless you all and enjoy the holiday. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you all out there. Drive safely. Eat lots of food. If you football might be getting back in my good graces. I think there's oh shit, I just fucking lost.
Yeah, I see you going to football games.
Well,
watching football.
The most retarded thing is the Washington Commanders. That is fucking retarded. And they're in talks to bring back the Redskins. They need to do that. By the way, the Chief Blackfoot and the Black, like they're completely down with it and they want it to happen. Actually, they're pissed that it was taken away. And it's a good logo. It's a great logo.
It's iconic. It's such
fucking iconic. The skins and like when the Cowboys take on the Redskins, it's like a real, and it looks lame when it's the Cowboys and fucking Commanders. The Commanders.
I'll bet they're not selling any merch at all.
No, that's the only reason the NFL is doing this.
Also, by the way, I always saw it as they celebrated Indians in
Yes.
Indian culture. Like it's a celebration, it's respect. I didn't see it as diminishing. But they got to do a press conference of all Indian people saying, "Look, we're good. We like this." Because then you're just erasing all that stuff. It's kind of dumb. I really that was a stupid decision. But
It is.
even though, like, I don't know. I mean, it's
But the football's pretty gay now. Like,
it's super gay.
It's really fucking gay now. Like the new rule change this year, which I wasn't aware of till I got to the game, is the players can't move on kickoff until the receiver catches the ball. So they're all. I'm like, why? I'm looking over to my son. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are they all standing still? He's all, oh, it's a new rule they started this year. I'm like, that's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
He's all, well, it's the one time it's safer for concussions. I'm like, it's football. I mean, like, that's not going to save anybody from concussions. Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, and D backs, defensive backs can't even do shit now. They can't, like, it's turning into flag football. So it's not the football I watched before. It's pretty gay now. But if you get the Redskins back, I think that's a sign of the world healing. Now, Chris brought up the best point. It's because their merchandise sales they're probably at the bottom of the league. My guess would be they're at the bottom. And yep. Stormweaver for 100 Canadian pesos. Good afternoon, Nerdrotic, Mr. Gore, and X-Ray Girl. Hello from Canada. I'd like to thank you and your crews from all of your different shows for fighting the woke mind virus and keeping us informed. Now we in Canada need to get rid of dictator Castro Jr. Have a great Thanksgiving, and you will. I firmly believe you will. X-Ray Girl promised me that dude is out probably in a year, right? Is there an election next year, hopefully?
Yep. I truly think, just based on conversations with a lot of people, like even people in the city, they're just not happy overall with the government. And those are the ones that usually vote for that side of the fence. So we'll see.
Right, we got to take off after this one. So I will pick up the rest of these. Tomorrow, I will be on Nerdrotic Live and Rumble. Jeremy's a little mad at Rumble right now. Jeremy
he gets mad. He gets worked up.
Got a little worked up about Rumble right now. He's got a good point. Zodlander for 100 Swedish krona. How far can you evolve a hammer? I wonder, what is the limit with movies and shows? Have we reached the limit of creative writing? In my opinion, no. For fuck's sake, stop with the sequels. There are other stories. I agree that, like, storytelling has been around for thousands of years. We have not reached the limit. Hollywood has avoided a trend, has bought into one that didn't exist. Put simply, they bought into a trend that didn't exist, and they avoided the trend that did exist, and that's why the bottom fell out. That's why the woke market crashed. The woke market crashed overnight because it was never a thing. It was never a thing. Why do you think Casey Bloys, aside from her being stinking rich, and this will be in my video, why do you think Casey Bloys from HBO goes, oh, we fully back J.K. Rowling. We have no problem with what she says. Why do you think Disney would do that, even if they had J.K. Rowling, in their fold? Do you think Disney would do what Warner Brothers did? The answer is fucking no. No, Disney would be dumb enough to separate themselves from her.
Yeah.
And Warner Brothers didn't. All right, Chris, what do you got coming up?
Hollywood on the Rocks with Ing the Merciless at 1 p.m. Pacific. We're talking Moana 2 and other holiday movies and just having fun and all that. So join us later this afternoon.
Awesome. X-Ray Girl.
Probably gaming tonight. We're gonna be playing Asian Dating Simulator.
What is that?
I forgot the name of the game. I'm sorry. It's like 5 girls, 1 roof. The chat really wanted me to play it. So
what is it?
I don't know. They're telling me I should play it. I'm gonna play it. We'll find out. But anyways, that, and then Poor Choices at 8:30 p.m. Eastern as well. So yeah.
Cool.
Oh, and tomorrow we have a nooner.
We have a nooner. Yeah, we have a nooner tomorrow. I really got to go. Video coming out around 2:30, 2 o'clock today. Go watch Chris. Go watch everybody. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you tomorrow on Nerdrotic Live and Rumble.
Love you
And
guys.
Gundam on FNT. Catch you later.
Happy on Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Thanksgiving. Woo!